All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Unisharks podcast. I am the host this week, Mako Shark, and joining me are my co-hosts, Hammerhead and yeah.
Yeah, you always want us to introduce ourselves. I always forget. Hammerhead here.
Lemon
This
here.
is Bull.
Yeah, we got Bull back this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's total Bull.
We've never seen so much Bull before. Good to have him back.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Oh, yeah. So we're starting to figure out more of the sort of remote recording stuff. So trying it on Zoom this time.
Yeah, we have limited time, so we'll get as much content as we can.
Yeah, might have to switch back to Discord after this since we can do unlimited recording on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just to dive right. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. Meme of the week. Hammerhead has it for us. It's something I've heard of. I have no idea what it is though. It's called what was it? Jeff's Battle? Jeff Wars?
Josh. Yeah. So I was talking to Lemon about this earlier, and I don't know if you guys remember. I'm pretty sure you both. I shared it with you, or you saw it or something. It was this guy named Josh, and he made a Facebook group message with a bunch of other Joshes. And he said, we're going to meet at this coordinates and we're going to fight, and whoever wins keeps the name. So I thought it was just that and it ended there. Apparently it did not. Yesterday, so you know they were recording now, in Lincoln, Nebraska, an air park, there was a few hundred Joshes showed up.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Very funny. They actually showed up?
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, so it happened yesterday, and a few hundred Joshes showed up to fight. And it's just super funny that it happened, and they used like pool noodles. There were supposedly 3 different types of fights. There was a rock, paper, scissors fight against these 2 Joshes that had the same last name. And then there was a mock fight, and then an all for like everyone fight with pool noodles. But it actually came out to be really wholesome. But anyway, you're saying something, sorry?
I was just gonna say, so all this was just to find the one true Josh. Yeah,
but it's actually really cool because they ended up doing a little charity and everything. Like people dressed up as superheroes and Star Wars characters and all that. But on the wiki, it says that they did a fundraising element for Children's Hospital Medical Center in Omaha, raised over $8,000, and they also collected over 200 pounds of food for a nearby food bank.
Oh, wow.
And the winner, deemed Little Josh, they gave him a Burger King crown. He was a 4-year-old who was
4-year-old one?
Oh, yeah, 4-year-old. They let him win. He was actually a patient at the medical center when he was 2 for seizures.
Really?
Yeah, and so they also gave him a replica AEW World Championship belt.
What?
That's sick.
Yeah, so it's just really cool how they did that, but it ended up being super wholesome at the same time, but really funny.
Wow. See, I kept seeing like mentions of this Josh battle on the prequel memes Reddit board. I had no idea what they were talking about. I mean, wow.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's really cool that they did charity work too. That's kind of like the people that broke Wall Street, the whole GameStop deal. It's kind of like that, how they donated a lot of their money, like bought switches and donated them to hospitals.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just look it up on Wiki. I won't share the link.
Fair enough.
And Lemon, didn't you have one?
Oh yeah, I came across this the same. I think we called the same guy once, but this guy takes random videos and adds like a metal beat to it. Well, recently he did one based off of pig calling contest. So there's all these contests with people trying to do their best pig call, and you'll make it into like a metal beat. And there's some pretty intense pig calls. Like it starts out really innocent. People are like, "Hey piggy, hey piggy, hey piggy." Then some of the later ones, people are like straight up just like screeching like they're like a demon or something. Like little pig screeches and all that, and it's like, sheesh, I love it.
It was really awkward to watch, but it was kind of funny.
Yeah, the last one was kind of awkward because this like really big woman was like making like these pig noises, and it was kind of interesting.
Wow, what the heck?
That is interesting.
Yeah, I remember.
Sorry.
I think we had one of his memes earlier for meme of the week. It was when he was making a metal song out of that annoying lady that kept screaming
Karen.
at. Yeah, the Karen
metal or something like that.
Yeah,
it's the same guy.
Listen, Republicans.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure Bull has seen that. I'll have to send that to him. Wow.
I don't quite get it, but it's cool.
So Andre on Tunes is the YouTuber's name.
So the next thing we're going to dive into is Marvel just finished its second show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So Bull and I wanted to talk about it for a bit. But it will be a spoiler-free sort of review because Lemon and Hammerhead, once again, have not seen it.
Yeah, you guys are just lame.
It's privileged to have Disney Plus.
Yeah, we got to mooch off someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's to say I didn't mooch?
Yeah, sorry, had a little interruption there. Yeah, so sorry, go ahead.
I thought the ending was kind of good. I was surprised. I thought they were going to go down an even more woke line than they did, but in the end, they kind of just like they ended up displaying both sides of the argument, and they took the middle road. So I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, like when you and I were talking about it earlier, Bull, it did start to get a little bit preachy the last two episodes, and I was getting worried that they were just gonna sideline everything they'd done up, for the story this whole time for this one message. But no, instead it took a very good middle of the road route.
Yeah, I thought for sure they were going to do the exact same thing. I was like, oh great, this is what it all leads to. But no, they didn't. Because there's the old man's view, and there's like there's Falcon's view, and I liked it. I thought it was actually pretty good. Overall, I'll give it a B-, the whole show.
B-. Passable, at least. Yeah, like it's definitely more of your standard sort of superhero action fare. It's not like the mind-twisting emotional drama of WandaVision.
Yeah, that was a little trippy. WandaVision was a lot different. It had some. Well, I've never seen anything quite like WandaVision before. I don't quite think there will only be anything like it,
Yeah, because there's some abstract shows out there, some pretty wacky ones like Doctor Who and The Twilight Zone, but never seen anything that quite ties it all up like that. There's some weird thing going on, you don't know what it is, and then suddenly they tie it into the characters and into their progression through the story and as characters. That's all part of what made it so good. So, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier is a lot more straightforward because it's just basically like, one of humanity's greatest heroes has just given up his mantle, and now who's going to take it forward? And then they make it a little deeper by saying, actually, there was a black super soldier once upon a time, but things being what they were, instead of being, becoming a hero like he deserved, he was just experimented on and sidelined and all this stuff.
Oh, really?
So it does dive into some good stuff. And the final episode, like we said, I was watching a funny review of it at a pitch meeting, And they're like, so then he goes and does like a 5-minute monologue. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of accurate. And, and he's talking about the flag smashers who are the bad guys throughout the story. And the thing about them is they're kind of cast in a sympathetic light, but at the end of the day, they're still, blowing stuff up and killing people. So it's kind of hard to find sympathy with them.
Yeah, they're just desperate people. They're worried that they're gonna get left behind because there's not enough resources on Earth, and so they're worried that they're gonna be the ones they're the odd men out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see where they're coming from. Like half the world all of a sudden reappears. There's not enough resources for everyone, and they're worried that they're just going to get sidelined.
Yeah, and a lot of it brings up actual legitimate concerns, like you're living in this house with your family, and you've been here 2 or 3 years, and all of a sudden the previous family who were snapped out of existence 5 years ago reappears in your living room. It's like, well, crap, who gets ownership then? So it brings up really good questions like that. I feel like where it falls a bit short is it doesn't completely go through with it. Like at the end, Tom Wilson gives his speech and says, we need to be better. But then the senator makes a point like, well, how? How are we going to address these questions?
Yeah.
Because you can't just solve that with a heroic speech. And hopefully, if we get a season 2, they'll kind of dive more into that.
I guess there's going to be a Captain America 4.
What?
Yeah. They announced it yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, Sam Wilson's going to star in it.
Oh, I mean, I'd be on board for that.
Who's Sam Wilson?
Anthony Mackie.
Falcon.
So, they actually could solve the problem of overpopulation.
If you suggest cannibalism, I'm going
It solves world hunger and population.
That's frowned upon in most societies, man.
Yeah, I know.
You guys have read Calvin and Hobbes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but yeah, parts of them, yeah.
Remember the one where Calvin's solution to overpopulation is to let packs of velociraptors loose on the world? He's like, thus the weak and stupid are weeded out. He's explaining all of it by writing a story about how the girl he has a love-hate relationship, Susie Durkins, will get eaten by raptors.
Calvin Hobbes, what a legend.
I know, right?
It's so good. My favorite one is when his mom comes home and he finds Calvin driving a bunch of nails into his their living room coffee table, and his mom freaks out and goes, "Calvin, what are you doing?" Calvin stops and he's really confused, and he looks at his mom, goes, "Well, are you joking? Like, what does it look like? What does it look like?"
Yeah, it's just a trick question.
Oh yeah, is this a trick question? It's like, I'm putting nails on the coffee table.
I still love the Christmas one and just all his snowmen.
Oh, those are the best.
Oh yeah.
And there's pictures of people actually remaking them.
No.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
well, not all of them, but 1 or 2 of them.
I love how he tries to explain his snowman as avant-garde and using all these sophisticated art terms.
Right.
It's this is neo-deconstructivist.
I don't even think that's a real word, but all right.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about Calvin and Hobbes is that it doesn't rely on pop culture references too much.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about that.
That's why it's so
on that, and they get outdated really fast because pop culture references only work in the moment.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So Calvin Hobbes,
yeah, exactly.
transcends time and culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
a
do
lot of old
remember.
TV shows, you actually have to know a little bit of the context to understand the jokes and stuff.
Oh yeah, because it's really funny in the moment, like Iron Man calling the one guy Squidward.
Yeah.
But then like, like 20, 30 years from now, you're going to be watching this with your kids and you'll have to explain to them who Squidward is. They'll
Yeah,
kind of take away from it.
Yeah. I don't know. SpongeBob might actually last a long time. It might last as long as Scooby-Doo has, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, SpongeBob, yeah, I could see it doing that.
Well, SpongeBob's kind of been just memeified too much. I would say a lot more than Scooby-Doo, and so it's just part of that culture, which I don't see meme culture going away for quite a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might last like SpongeBob's up there with Mickey Mouse and Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny. It might actually last. So that reference might last for a while, but I can't think of many others that will. Like kind of like what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, if we know one thing, it's that memes are the path to immortality.
Just do that.
There's a funny saying that a government program is the closest thing you're going to get to immortality. Nowadays, a meme might be the closest thing you get to immortality.
Yeah.
Did you see that meme I tagged you in this morning about Demi Lovato?
And or who, me?
No, I tagged you all in it. Did you see it?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet. Was it on
It's
Instagram?
on Instagram, yeah.
Which one was it?
Oh, probably.
The one about Demi Lovato getting roasted.
Oh,
I checked
I
all
don't
the
remember
Instagram
the
ones.
details, but yeah, I saw it.
So Demi Lovato, I guess she's on like, what is it, America's Got Talent. She's one of the judges or something. And can I play it? No, it's probably copyrighted. Anyway, so she tells this contestant, she's like, you know what, sometimes if you work really hard at your dreams, it just doesn't work out or something like that. And the guy grabs the mic and says, that's why you use auto-tune and I don't. And,
yeah.
And the entire audience goes, oh, and even Simon Cowell, like he's drinking a glass of water and he almost chokes on it. And Britney Spears looks over, she's like, oh, that was bad. Anyway, it was beautiful. Anyway,
Oh my God.
Anyway, what I wrote was by small and simple roasts are great memes brought to pass or something like that.
Oh, that's a quote of the century.
Oh, thank you.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, since we've been talking about like, enduring images in media and stuff like that, tomorrow I'm going on a trip to Florida, and while we were there, we thought we'd visit some of the theme parks there. So my family's all Disney nuts, so including me, I guess. So we were like, yeah, let's check out Disney World. But something that made me laugh is just as I was looking things up, getting some travel prep done, I found an article by a guy claiming that, or about him, I guess, claiming that he would stop going to Disney World because it had become too woke. So I was like, oh, what the heck does that mean? So I looked it up. Apparently, he's mad because they're changing a bunch of the like African references and things like that in the rides to be more culturally appropriate. And oh my gosh, he was getting destroyed on the internet. It was sad.
Some of them were actually like legitimate, like that shouldn't have been there in the first place, sort of thing.
Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. It's that there's an argument about, censorship and things like that, but I think there are times when it's actually totally okay or even, should be changed. Like, we're talking about Jungle Cruise, for an example, was one of the ones listed. And, you might remember that they'll have like a group of stereotypical black savages wearing skull necklaces with piercings in their noses and all this stuff. And
shrunken heads.
Yeah, shrunken heads. They got rid of all that and just replaced them with, more realistic I don't know what they are, animatron statues, whatever, wearing normal African tribesman clothes. I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. They probably should have done that ages ago.
Yeah, the original statues look like white people with blackface on, so
Yeah.
they probably needed to be changed.
Yeah, they showed one of this guy, like you said, he looked like he was just in blackface. And he was wearing like a scarf and a bowler hat. And it kind of, I don't even know what it was supposed to be. It looked like they were trying to mix an African tribesman with a gypsy or something. It was the weirdest thing. And then they show, okay, this is what he looks like now. And it's like, okay, he's got a chieftain's headdress, all this stuff. He actually looks like he's from Africa. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is good.
Yeah,
So, but
they're
then,
getting rid of Splash Mountain. They're retheming it as Princess and the Frog, which, for those of you who don't know, Splash Mountain was originally based off of Song of the South. And I remember when I went on it the first time, I was like, who are these characters? And it turns out Disney had a good reason for wanting to bury that. They've been trying to bury it for, was it 70 years now?
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull what it's.
Nah, so the Song of the South is just a very bad representation of. I can't remember if it's right after Civil War times, but it's basically showing slaves or ex-slaves like miss the slave life, and it wasn't as bad, and it was a pretty picture and everything.
Oh, oops.
But
Zippity doo dah, zippity yay.
yeah,
That's where it
song's
comes from.
catchy, but it's one of those movies that they should have just done a catchy little tune with maybe no lyrics and called it good.
Yeah. And like they keep the song itself going on like sing-alongs and stuff like that, but they do not reference the source material in any way, shape, or form, other than maybe Brer Rabbit popping up at the end. So,
yeah, it's pretty bad. Like even like right after it came out, people back in the 50s were like, "What the heck?" You know.
And I haven't. Oh, go ahead.
Well, anyway, so they themed Splash Mountain after this, and what's funny is Disney has spent the last, like I said, 70 years trying to bury this movie, but they didn't. But they still kept Splash Mountain around, and anyway, like you're saying, it's a movie that it's not hard to see it as a movie about slaves sort of missing the way things were, like freed slaves missing the way things were.
Oh, that is bad.
Yeah, it's not. From what I've heard, it's not hard to see it like that. But it was made. Let's see here. When did it come out?
I think it was 64.
1946.
Oh, 46.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
okay.
It's kind of like, I haven't seen it, but it's kind of like Pete and the Dragon sort of thing, where there's actual people, but they've animated like characters into it.
Yeah, I thought I read a good chunk of it is like the sort of head of the slaves is telling stories to the white landowner's young son. So, and the stories are usually him like interacting with these cartoon animals.
Yep, exactly like that.
Jeez. Wow. Okay, yeah, I can see where they've been trying to bury that. I'm guessing
yeah.
I'm guessing the reason they haven't changed it up until now is because the ride itself became so popular that they're like, oh, let's keep it going. And then, finally with the race riots of last year and everything going on, they're like, all right, it's time. So, and honestly, I don't think it's too bad of a thing. Like, it may have happened eventually anyway.
I'm actually shocked they didn't change it a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, they had a ride at Epcot in the little Norway pavilion. It was like a journey through Norway, and it was this really bizarre ride where you're like attacked by trolls, and then you sail around oil refinery off the coast of Norwegian beach, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, that was cool, but that was weird too. And then they replaced it with a Frozen ride. It's just they update their rides every now and then to match something that's new and popular.
Yeah, no one knows who the people are in Splash Mountain. I mean, I went there in 1999. That was the last time I went. And I remember going on, I was like, who's this rabbit? Like, who is this? I was very confused. So updating is Princess and the Frog. That actually makes sense from a business standpoint.
And the movie kind of works too, because they also have a river and everything. It just
is that what it is?
Sense. I would assume so, because like the song on the bayou and everything.
Oh, that, yeah.
On the alligator and all that, it would work.
I thought you were saying there was a river in the other movie.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, it just makes sense from like a business standpoint that maybe they should replace it with something different, like the old Pirates in the Caribbean ride. At one point had this guy auctioning off like a lady, like a wife auction, and they got rid of that. I can't believe they put that there in the first place back in 2001.
Someone bought it?
No, during the ride you can see someone like auctioning off a lady.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and they've been.
So
go ahead.
I was just making a bad joke of that someone. They finished the auction.
Oh, God, come on, man.
Don't cancel us, Disney. This is all satire.
Oh boy.
Do not support all of these.
I'm not sure that's how satire laws work, buddy.
No, but it did. When I first started about that, I was kind of like, oh, really? Because it almost felt like censorship, because they're pirates. I wouldn't be surprised if there were pirates that did sell women. I mean, one of the most successful pirates of all time used to be a prostitute. But at the same time,
wait, what?
There was some Chinese pirate, some lady that was extremely successful, but she started off as just a prostitute and somehow became a captain, and then just went on this huge rampage, like stealing ships and looting everything.
Well, good for her.
Well, I think the difference there, though, Mako, is they're not making a fun ride out of it for gain versus just sharing the history.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I was like, well, yeah, that being said, there are going to be kids on this ride. And that's definitely a heavy topic to try and put on that. Like Bull said, I'm shocked they did that in the first place.
Yeah, normally I'd say it's like censorship, but since it's for kids, I'd say, yeah, it's okay to take that out because it's for kids and all that,
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want like the accurate history of what actually happened, that's what museums are for.
Oh yeah, that's what we were for.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, we always tell the truth. We're completely reliable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But kind of going off the censorship, it's tough to say. I like when it's quote unquote good censorship or something like that. Like, what are they censoring? Is it just someone's opinion or ideals that they don't agree with, or was it actually, something that's not right? That shouldn't be shared. In that sense, because I mean, like recently, people were getting mad at Costco because they decided not to sell this one brand of pillows, which I guess the owner of the company did something, and people are saying that the owner of Costco don't have the same politics and they don't agree with it. But there's a lot of comments of people like, it's just a crappy pillow and it didn't sell, so why would they keep a product that doesn't sell? And so it's like, are they actually being censored, or was it actually just a good idea that they should have gotten rid of it because it was a waste of money or time or something, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it kind of comes down to like your intent. Like in this case, you know, it seems like Disney's kind of trying to clean up some stuff they probably should have taken care of a long time ago. So I'd say it's a good thing in this case.
Yeah, I think it's up to Disney too, and really all it's all about like is just appealing to the crowd and making more money. So like that's the reason why they're doing it. So I see nothing wrong with it if it's their thing and they want to do it. But the thing I don't like about censorship is when people try to force other people to be censored, I guess. But when it's like them do it to themselves, it's like it's whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah, or it's like I think I mentioned to you guys there was a game I played once where they said we realize that this game may have disturbing, you know, sequences, disturbing scenes, but these are actual things that happened, and we feel like if we were to remove them, then we'd be doing a disservice to you, the consumer, and a disservice to the people that went through those things. We feel it'd be disrespectful, so that's why we've left it in. And they said the same thing at the beginning of Fargo when we watched that.
Yeah, it makes sense. It all depends on like what you're doing and like what the purpose of it is. Like if you're, it depends. It also depends on which audience you're trying to target too. If you're trying to target a more mature audience, then yeah, you should include those scenes because it's disrespectful to like leave them out, I guess. But if you're targeting just like little kids and like just want to have like a fun little ride, then yeah, maybe you should throw those topics in there, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, there are kids shows that do dive into heavy stuff, but the thing about them is that they take the time to explain it and show how it's wrong. You know, like I grew up watching Pokemon, and there was an episode where they showed like a Charmander that was being neglected and abused. And they showed like, yeah, this is not okay. This is wrong. And because of that, I was like, all right, I'm never going to treat an animal like that. So it had a really good positive impact on me.
Yeah.
So they
PETA.
Yeah.
PETA made a Pokemon game of Pokemon try to escape their trainers by killing their trainers or incapacitating them.
What?
Yeah, it was like, did you even watch this show? It's about friendship and like actually taking care of them. It's like, yes, they put them in the tiny balls, but
they beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, and they beat the crap out of each other too, but with love.
Money.
And money.
Good job, Pikachu. You earned $12,000 from Bugcatcher.
I know, right? But I mean, no. Okay, maybe one of a 10,000, but most kids aren't going to come out watching Pokemon thinking I'm going to, you know, do cockfights. That's not their idea.
It is cockfights, though.
Essentially, it is, but that's not what they're going to be doing, you know? They're taking part of it and making it really extreme, but they're forgetting the actual message or idea that they wanted to share.
Yeah. They're cock duels. They're very classy.
That's not bad. Anyways.
Yeah, edit that out. But yeah, like yeah, just like Lemon was saying, it really depends on your intentions and what the audience is above everything else. So surprisingly, I thought we were going to get cut off at the 40-minute mark, but we're still going.
Yeah, something popped up and said we have unlimited. The host did something. I don't know what you did. Did you bribe Zoom? I don't know.
I bought Zoom.
Oh, you bought it?
No.
You paid for something?
No, I was joking. I bought the company. No, they just said like, hey, normally you'd have a 40-minute limit, but since I don't know, maybe because it's our first Zoom meeting, we're giving you unlimited for free for this one time. I was like, okay,
cool.
Okay, yeah. Whatever. The show goes on, I guess. The show goes on.
So then Bull was actually with us when we went to see Godzilla versus Kong, but I don't think he was with us when we discussed it.
No, we
Awesome.
didn't. So we'll give
Awesome.
him. Yeah.
I like how they I mean, you guys have heard me say this. I like how it was pretty much rock, paper, scissors. Godzilla beat Kong, Kong beat Mechagodzilla beat Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it's it's interesting. They all won and they all lost, and it's you don't see that happen very often, executed so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone brought up that Godzilla versus Kong is what Batman versus Superman should have been.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. I liked it. I would definitely watch it again. I thought about going and seeing it again, actually. It was
I love it.
well
That reminds me-
executed.
That movie came out.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat just came out too, guys.
What just came out?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, I mean either.
We'll do a Zoom date, and Mako will just bring in his phone into the theater.
This is for you guys.
I don't know much about that anyway, so
Yeah.
I just know the bad guy is Sub-Zero.
Or is it?
Yeah, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know.
So.
I'm looking forward to Loki though. It sounds like it's gonna be pretty good.
You're low key
Oh,
excited.
Yes, I am.
Well, the
That's a
Bad
good way of
Batch
putting
comes
it.
out. And the Bad Batch comes out in like less than 2 weeks.
Does it?
Yeah, May 4th.
Be with you.
Oh yeah, it's coming out.
I
on
hope
May 4th.
it's as good as the last few episodes of Clone Wars, because the last few episodes of Clone Wars actually were pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, they were great.
I liked how it overlapped a little bit with episode 3.
Yeah, so you know everything that's going down.
Yeah, it shows what was going on, and all of a sudden, Order 66 is ordered, and everything goes down. I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to check that out. Oh yeah, one thing I also wanted to mention real quick, since we were talking about Godzilla versus Kong, I found a video from Legendary. It was like a fan appreciation video. I've never seen that from a studio before. They just put out a thing saying, "Thank you for making the MonsterVerse a success. We wouldn't have it without you. We love you guys." Just showing like all these fans and everything. It was really cool.
That is cool. I hope they keep going with it, but I don't know where they'll go. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should make another movie and bring in more of the old, Toho monsters, the ones from the classic Godzilla movies." But
Yeah.
yeah, the problem is like, how much would that cost? And Toho had a really successful Godzilla movie of their own with Shin Godzilla, and they were wanting to make their own franchise.
I mean, they
But at
own
the
it,
same-
so they can do what they want.
Yeah, and I did hear that they are interested in continuing things with Legendary because that's been so successful too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is like if they did a prequel where they showed the war for Hollow Earth, that would be cool.
Well,
oh, that would be really cool.
Like
that would be cool. But
because
they
it has the
did
weird
have.
gravity.
Sorry, what?
Well, I mean, it'd be cool if they had because there's the weird gravity in Hollow Earth, they could do some cool stuff with that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
But I would say they did have the baby Godzilla show
Oh yeah.
where he was super hideous and everything.
Looked like a little gremlin.
He has a glow up.
Yeah.
So Bull might not like this, but Lemon and Mako might. They could do a school anime, and they're all the monsters just in uniforms, and they're just going to class and all that.
Oh,
Oh
Japan.
no.
Sorry.
Hold on.
I'll have to
on,
see it
nothing.
first before I approve it.
What, Lemon?
I'll have to see it first before I approve it.
What is no, the picture Godzilla's the transfer student. No. Mecha Godzilla's the transfer.
No, come on, it'd be
student.
Kong. Kong would be the transfer student.
Oh yeah.
He is American. That's true.
Oh yeah. Wow, Godzilla Senpai is so infuriating.
Please don't say those words again.
I don't know what you meant by that.
They're both fighting over Mecha Godzilla. He's just like Mecha Godzilla in like a skirt and with a wig on.
I thought it was kind of dumb how all the natives on Skull Island were just wiped out by some dumb storm. Like they lasted all that time with the skull crawlers and giant gorillas, and some dumb storm wipes them out. I was like, come on, you got to come up with something better than that.
Oh,
You know? Oh yeah,
Wheezing
they obviously
to
didn't
wipe
think
them out.
too hard about that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
No, it's like they just needed a reason to have the little girl there. It feels like
Right.
they went overboard a little bit.
I mean, she was cool. I thought she did a good job, actually.
Oh yeah,
But-
she was great. But it was like we didn't need to kill off the entire village to have her there.
I
There could have been
know,
another
right?
explanation.
I know.
Holy
Easily could have
cow.
just said her parents died of a fever. Easy. They could have just adopted.
Yeah, but they can't do that in a pandemic.
Oh, dang it! They're right.
Actually, I was reading, I don't know if it's true, I have to fact check this, but I was reading that the original plot for Falcon versus Winter Soldier involved the Flag Smashers stealing vaccines for like sick people because pandemic somehow spread around the world. But then COVID
Right.
hit and they're like, well, crap, we got to rewrite all that right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see another sickness movie for a long time,
Oh, yeah. No.
unless you're Michael Bay, and then in the middle of it is a good time to make one. I was so upset when I saw that. I was like, are you serious, man? Really? Like you're gonna make a movie about that right now? Can you wait 15 years?
I know.
I was angry enough. I was like, man, I don't ever want to see another one of his movies ever again. I was, because his whole movie is about how what we're going through gets like 100 times worse, and like governments fall and stuff like that. I'm like, really? That's what you're gonna make right now?
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, I watched the trailer and I was like, this can't be real. And then it's like, the world is still suffering from COVID-23. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this is obviously made after, made during 2020. Like, it just made me angry.
Wow.
I'm probably not going to see another one of his movies again.
And I'm like, that is so beyond stupid. That's actually messed up.
It was messed up.
Hey. All right. Well, looks like we're running out of time. So thank you all for joining us. Next week, I think Lemon will be hosting.
Yep.
So
Cool.
So look forward to that. Hopefully we'll have Bullshark on here again soon.
Yep, this is Bull.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well,
Thanks all for joining us
thank you guys for,
next week.
yep.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. See ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.